What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to part number 2 of my patch 18 room overview. The two rooms that we're going over, well, we'll be going over 4, but the two rooms that we're going to be going over right now are Corner Corridor 2, which is this one over here, and Corner Tower 2, which is the one up top here. So Corner Tower 2, basically it's just an outdoor room connected to your castle. It's got 4 pillars in it, and it's just kind of a square box. So what I dislike about the room is that it's just a square box. There's nothing else to it. And the only thing I really like is that it has 2 chokes, one coming in, one coming out. That's really the only thing I like about this room. And the reason this kind of quick area, I personally don't like it, is if you look at rooms like this, where you have to kind of take the hero all around this pathway, it might take them an extra 5 to 10 seconds walking distance. Probably a little bit lower, but when you put that sort of thing into 9 rooms, it's something like 45 seconds, right? That you wouldn't have if you had rooms like this. It's just extra walking time. When you have rooms like this that you have to go around in like different areas, it just takes more time than just kind of plopping in and going out. You can really only put in 1, maybe 2 groups inside of this room and use them effectively. The room would be a decent one for Scorpio grab or something like that because of the choke. That's really the only thing that I like about it. You know, maybe an archer firing down this hallway with a Cyclops charging in the hallway. Other than that, I don't think it's probably going to be used all that much. It's a pretty neat looking room, but I don't think that it's really going to be used just because there's all this extra space on the outside that they didn't really do anything with, you know? So it's just this kind of small, awkward room that really doesn't do anything for you. So I guess we'll just go on to this room, Corner Corridor 2, I believe, is what I said. This room's actually a lot more interesting. It's the exact opposite of this room over here. It's got this long pathway that you have to go around. Definitely has the walking distance down. And if we look at it, let's see, what do these pillars actually look like? I don't know if, okay, yeah, they're there. So they are actually pillars. I don't think this is that big of a deal. They're just kind of there, I guess. But what's even better about this room is I believe you'd be able to pull through these walls pretty easily. I'm going to throw in some mobs just to see if I'm correct on how you can pull this all the way through here. Let's see if that's actually a thing. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can pull from a group over here and pull like this or something, right, and have this walk all the way around here. And then what I could do is pull, maybe, let's see, is that just one? And then pull this over through here, because I guess be closer. Okay, it looks like this wall is a little bit too thick. Let's see if I can maybe tweak this a little bit to see if it'll actually work. Alright, so this actually has to be corner to corner, or else it will not link together. So the only way to make this link on this corner piece right here is to have that there. And unfortunately, if I make this any closer, like I think if I put this up here, I could probably link it. Looks like no, I can't. Okay, so pretty much what I initially thought is that you could pull through here and a pull through here and then have another group down here. You can't do that, but I don't think that's the biggest deal in the world, because you can still have 3 groups in here. And this actually might just be better, being able to have a group that goes down this hallway like this, because you're going to be entering in through a choke like this, and then this is like, I'm thinking maybe a Scorpio pull down this hallway or a charging Cyclops up towards them. The only thing is you don't want them to backtrack, right? Backtracking around this corner is something that you would have to prevent by putting a ballista trap somewhere in this range here, so that you can add your Cyclops right in here and charge down with like a Zeke headshot or something to do a little bit of damage extra. And then you also have this pull here that's just an absurd amount of time walking all the way around here. I'm loving this room for like explodifiers. I think would be great, because they'll be launching bomblets all the way around this corner, and it'll take a explodifier forever to get around here. And then you can have another group right in here. So if the hero wants to charge to the explodifier, they have to pull 60 points worth of group, 60 points worth of mobs to be able to get to the explodifier. So I think that's a pretty good way of using this room. definitely pulls through the wall like this will probably be the way to go. And then these chokes, like this choke here and then this corner here, it's not too bad for mobs. It's pretty tight and it should work pretty well. So I like this room quite a bit. I think it has a lot of potential. So with that, we will load up 2 more rooms for you guys to look at and be back right after this. Alright, so the rooms we have here for the next part, let me load them up. We have Junction Corridor 2 and Junction Rampart 1. Alright, so Junction Corridor 2. To me, looking at this room initially, like, it looks really weird, but then looking at it a little bit more in detail, it kind of looks like a worse version of this room here. Because the only thing I can really think about when I look at this and the way that I would use it is trying to pull things from down in here through the wall over to here, just like we do very often with these type of pulls. Through the wall here, and a third down at the end. To me, that's the only way I see myself using this room. The chokes are not bad. This choke here, it's not terrible. You could put something on the end here and line it up to hit the person as soon as they round this corner. That could be okay. I mean, it is narrow enough where you could use it for just random mobs, but I think the length of the room, just kind of coming through this way, really makes it a lot weaker of a room in general. I don't think there's enough travel time. It's not as bad as the one that we had previously with that box that we had over here. I could see it having some use, for sure. So let me just double check to see how I could actually do this if I was trying to pull through the wall like I would do. What I would use this room for, let's see. So I would have my main mob group here. Whatever I'm gonna pull with, a Mega Mutton or whatever, it would be down in there. And then I would probably go off to the side as much as possible, somewhere up in like this area, and try to pull it up towards the front here. Like this. Does that all connect together? No, not quite, but I think I can make it connect. Maybe pull this down one, or pull these down one. A little bit over. Yeah, something like that. So this way you have this group coming towards the top side of this, and then I would try to have another group right in the bottom side. And it's a lot more cramped in here, but that's not touching, so that's good. And then something like this. And then you could pull it through the wall down here, and you could have whatever your secondary group that you want to have down in here. And then if you wanted to, I mean, you could put in another group somewhere down in here or whatever. Whatever you really wanted to do. But as you can see, like, this is kind of how I would use the room. And it just kind of looks like a worse version of this little T-junction here. I don't know the exact name of it, but it just kind of feels like a worse version of it to me. I may throw one of these into a castle eventually, at some point. I mean, you know, it's not a terrible looking room, but I think that the travel time is a little bit too low. This area down in here feels like this is a choke, right? And this is no good for defending. You don't want a choke that the hero's never going to use. Chokes for your monsters isn't good, but chokes for heroes is. So this choke seems a little pointless to me. I mean, it's nice having the window here. It looks good, like, aesthetically. And like this area in here, I mean, there's no point to it. It would be kind of cool if, like, for some reason I could put in a mob here and it would like bust through the window or something. I think that would be awesome, but it's just pointless. This big T in the middle is just kind of wasted space, like I talked about with the last room that was over here. So this room here looks extremely similar to what is it? This room, Cross Hall 1. The only difference is this top side up here doesn't actually go anywhere. It's just kind of a dead end. But it looks very similar to this room. And it pretty much plays out exactly the same. Obviously it's outdoors, it looks a little bit different aesthetically, but like I don't know. To me this doesn't really seem all that great. I'm not sure if you can shoot arrows or anything over these walls here. I don't know if that still blocks, but I mean, you could put some mobs in here and pull it through the wall or something, and then have another mob group here, or pull another one through the wall. I mean, let me throw something up just to see if it's even useful at all. See what I could do. So that's about as far out as you can get that. And then you would like, let's see. Is there anything I can do? change that a little bit. Because I want this bottom corner to be not skippable. It looks like that's not really possible. Well, so far that is. But I couldn't move this one up again, right? Or it would connect, yeah. See, what I would like to do is get the mob here, a mob group here, without this group touching, but still being connected to each other. And it doesn't look like it's quite possible. What I would do is something like this, and then, you know, have a group over here that I want pulled, and then a group over here that I want to pull, and then I would have it going through, and this would be my actual group at the end or something like that. So as you run down, you're pulling this group around this corner, you're pulling this group down around through this corner, and then you're finally fighting this group at the end. But I don't think it's going to really work all that well, and especially if you could see things over this wall, like a bigger mob, like a Pete Poundmore or something, and even worse if you could shoot over it. I don't think you'll be able to shoot over this, but you never know. There's some weird spots that you can shoot over in this game. So I don't really like this room either. This one's not nearly as bad, and the previous room that was in this spot was pretty good as well. So I mean, there's some neat rooms that are being brought around with these. So far I found about half are useful, and the other half are probably just going to go into the pile of useless rooms that we already have. But not too bad. I'm pretty excited to use some of them. So that's going to end this video. If you have any criticism on what you would like me to do in these videos for the remaining 3, because we do have 12 more rooms to go over, leave something in the comments and I will try to help you guys out. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.